He served his 2 terms as a Labor MP. His name is Kyle McGinn, and he made his final speech in the Legislative Council, I should say. And here's a little bit of what he had to say.
If I, a bloke who did not graduate high school, grew up on the mean streets of Humpty Doo, can take constructive criticism on board and learn from it, then there is no excuse for anyone else. And I'm used to getting told off, so we might as well get this over and done with. But I would like to say to the members and the constituents across WA, thank you for 2 fantastic terms. Cheers.
Order, members. Order. The Honourable Kyle McGinn will take his seat. Now.
The Honourable Kyle McGinn joins us live here on AM Agenda. Kyle, great to see you. I have no problem with the shoey, perhaps the shoe itself.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Yes, probably wasn't my first choice of shoe, but it did the job either way.
What, you didn't want to wreck the good ones?
No, I just probably wasn't planning it, and the shoes that I was wearing are actually because I got a sore heel, so they ended up being the famous shoes. So.
All right, you're practical and performative. I like that. Kyle, why are you leaving?
Politics is politics. I mean, I feel very privileged to have served 2 terms. There's only 36 or now 37 members of the upper house each year. I think the intake this year was only 15 new MPs. So to have been selected twice to represent the electorate has been just nothing but amazing.
The mean streets of Humpty Doo, really?
Well, you know, it's the home of the box and crocodile. You know, you go barra fishing and everyone lives on a 5-acre block, so maybe the streets are a little mean.
Not quite. Kyle, I mean, it is such a privilege to be in a legislative assembly, to serve the public, but it also comes with great sacrifice. What was your calling to public service?
Yeah, mine came, I was a worker on a rig called the Stena Clyde as a cook, and unfortunately I had 2 of my workmates get killed in an incident on the job. That gave me a drive to go and represent people. I don't think that the authorities with safety were doing a good job. So I went into being a union organiser, which then led me into being a politician. Honestly, it was complete accidental. Wasn't something that I ever expected. I thought politicians had to be lawyers or careerists. I didn't think someone who failed Year 12 and sort of had mullets and tattoos was appropriate. But to me now, I see it is the people's place, and everyone has the right to be in there and represent.
Yeah, I think it's really important to talk to you today for entertainment value. That was really my initial thinking here, and why not? A great excuse to get a shoey on TV. But Kyle, I think it's really important to remind people that going into politics isn't the domain of someone else, someone who is a career politician or a staffer who went to uni or did, complete their HSC with flying colours. Do you now, believe in yourself more than you did and encourage others that might have a similar upbringing for you to do the same, because you have been able to contribute and change people's lives?
Oh, it's absolutely shown me that Parliament is for everybody and represents everybody in Australia. And I think for me, when I got in there, there's no handbook on how to do it. I mean, if you work hard and you represent groups that you don't think are being heard, I think you're doing the right thing as a politician. I was able to represent people that I don't think had ever had a voice before. The Goldfields is a pretty tough place to set up your office. And I mean, sending an ex-union organiser who's got some tattoos and a mullet, I think was probably a smart move. What
do you mean? What goes on in the Goldfields?
Oh, mate, I mean, the Wild West is definitely still alive and well in the Goldfields. It's an amazing place with amazing people, and the organisations I work with, I mean, I'll never forget a lot of the people there. But, I mean, you've got mining industry, you've got the old strip of pubs straight down the Hannon Street that isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, no, of course not. Pubs don't go anywhere, even... with development all around us. But I guess, given the state of politics these days, given the election result we've just seen at a federal level, talking to you today reminds me of the disconnect often between what we see in the mainstream, what the Prime Minister, the opposition leader are talking about at elections, that people in your part of the world simply do not care?
I think we've got to go out there and find them. I mean, my 8 years, I went out there and met with as many people as I could and represented as many people as I thought were disillusioned with politics. Yeah. I mean, politics in the pub, conversations like that are very important to get down to the working class people that, I agree, often in elections is starting to get less and less. The voice is not being heard. So I think that there is a way forward, and getting real people in and not careerists and political hacks, I think, is a good way of doing that. Yep, careerists and political hacks, absolutely. And I would say some of them do have their place in politics as well. We need a great mix of people. Just finally, of course, question without notice to you, a final one after your 2 terms and your valedictory speech there, Kyle. What did you learn during that 8 years that surprised you? What were your preconceived views on things that changed? I think for me, government can make good, meaningful change. It is a slow turning wheel, but you got to keep greasing it. I mean, I think if you give up on your first attempt, you're not going to get anywhere. For me, I found that the more you lobby, the more you try to fight and put your case forward, it does get heard. And for me, leaving now, I know that there is a pathway for people to get change and make change, something that I was disillusioned about before going into Parliament. Will you keep the mullet? Absolutely. It ain't going anywhere. Lucky. Trick question, obviously. Got a nice flow to it. Oh, it's glorious. Well, Kyle, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it. I might think about a mullet for myself. What do you reckon? Absolutely. Me and you, Shoey, mullet, let's do it. Okay. I think the former are a bit easier than the mullet for me, but we will see. Kyle, we'll see you soon. Can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you very much.